Showcasing business coast to coast. It's the Jon Robert Quinn Show. Welcome to the show.
Good evening, Sacramento. How are you doing? I am Jon Robert Quinn, and tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Pest Control Center, pestcontrolcenter.com, 916-344-4400. We have an absolutely incredible show tonight. We've got Cherry Frame back for the umpteenth time. We say that every time, don't we?
Yes.
And then we've got Spencer Schalsh. I've said that correctly, right?
Perfect.
Okay, Spencer Schalsh and your local realtor. We're going to be digging into this here in just a moment. We are looking for new guests for our show. We also have annual sponsor packages available for $15.99. That's a whole year of radio for $1,599. Give me a call, 916-289-3710. Segment 1 is brought to you by Katie Cantrill with Jay Hilburn. If you see my clothes fitting incredibly well, it's because everything is custom built for me. You've got to check Katie Cantrill with Jay Hilburn out. Katie, Katie, CANTRILL.JHILBURN.com, or give her a call, 916-704-6955. Again, 916-704-6955. Welcome back, Cherry.
Thank you.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
You notice how nice my t-shirt fits?
Yeah, I know.
It's
looks
awesome.
Really good.
I know. I feel like it looks like I lost weight, huh?
Yeah.
I didn't. I'm fatter.
Well, it fits you perfectly.
It was funny because she's like, "Do you want it down at the down? You know, the sleeves down here?" I'm like, "No, I gotta show off the guns, man. I mean, they're trying to take away my guns, you know."
Hadn't heard that term before, but
Yeah, I know, right? So I actually have spoken with a couple of your gun people, and a couple of them are interested. We haven't landed anything yet, but
Okay.
You've got one out in Folsom, I want to say, and there was one out in Auburn, I want to say.
could be.
And both of them, the holster guy was one of them, and then the other one has the shooting range or something.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, they're interested. Chit chat with them, talk to them, see if they want to make some things happen.
We're starting a new one up in Placerville.
A shooting range.
Yeah, shooting range and women's network that we're doing up there.
Well, then let's advertise it
I have to pass that through.
to the bosses.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, but let's do it. All right. Welcome back. Tell everybody that's not familiar with who you are.
Okay.
What do you do other than shoot?
Oh, okay. Well, my background is nursing. I have a registered nurse's degree from Sac State, and homeschooled my kids till they went to college, and then decided to get back into work, which I did for a little while. And I began to realize that I didn't have the right kind of retirement, which was almost nothing because of the homeschooling and no work or anything. And eventually I learned about the new kind of life insurance policies that will give you a tax-free retirement income till you're 120. And I'm thinking, that sounds really good. And then I found out that they had the living benefits in it. So if you ended up with heart attack, stroke, cancer, whatever it was, you could actually get money out of your policy and use that to help take care of you. So because your income's going to stop.
Correct.
And so that's what I do.
And you've got a policy for myself. You've got a policy for my wife.
Right.
We are extremely thrilled with them.
Good.
I've sat down and done the math.
Okay.
And it makes sense. Because at the end of the day, I will always have more money than I spent.
Exactly.
Always. Regardless.
Yes.
I can't argue with that. You're getting free money. All you have to do is pay your bill every month.
Right.
Who doesn't want that?
Right. That was me.
It's
I
not a
needed that.
scam. It's how it works. It's simple as that. And here's the difference between car insurance and life insurance. You might get into an accident. You are going to die.
Right.
Okay? I mean, I don't know of anybody who is immortal. I've never met one. I mean, Edward Cullen, cool guy, but that was a movie.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Do you think Edward Cullen could actually get life insurance being a vampire?
Probably not. He wouldn't pass the medical. I don't
Yeah,
think.
that's what I was thinking. The blood work. I'm sorry. Your blood looks like glitter. I don't think it's going to happen. Oh, boy. All right. So talk to me about the Kaizen plan.
Okay, the Kaizen plan was designed by about 3 or 4 people who were actually in Dallas, Texas. And what they were doing very high-end people from starting in 2000, where people were putting $400,000 or $500,000 a year into a policy. And most of their clients were multimillionaires and billionaires. And they decided that they wanted to get something for them. So they spent 2 years working on these policies. And so what they did, they wanted to get some premium financing. So what they did was they involved the 4 companies that they actually use for the policies. They vetted them very carefully. And what happened was they were able to work it out so that you could put money in for 5 years, and a bank would match the rest of that for those 5 years. And then the next 5 years, they'd put the entire premium in. You leave it sit for another 5 years, so after 15 years, you're all done. And then at some point after that, you can start getting an income from it. And the thing that makes it really, really good is that you don't have to put the whole premium in. You're only obligated for 5 years, and then it grows because you super fund it in the beginning.
That's what I was going to ask you. Yeah.
Yes, because you super fund it in the beginning, it's growing faster and faster and faster. And you take the money out when you're ready as a loan, so you don't have to pay taxes on it. And then it's paid back when you pass away, but they're designed so that there's still a huge amount of insurance left after they get paid
Now,
back.
explain the whole taxes part, because that's a big red flag for a lot of people who don't understand how this works.
Right.
They think, okay, well, I'm getting money. It's an investment. I don't pay taxes on it. It seems illegal. It's not. It's a loan.
Right.
So explain those 2 elements to me.
Okay, well, the money that you put in is after-tax money.
Okay.
And then what happens is it grows, and a bank or banks will loan the rest of the money 3-to-1 to what you put in. Then once they get paid back, that money in there just keeps growing, growing, growing.
Right.
When you take the money out, the money is actually given to you as a loan using your policy as collateral.
Correct.
So actually the money never comes out of the policy until you actually pass away. So therefore what happens is you don't have, it's a loan, so you're not taxed on
Correct.
a loan.
Correct.
And then because of the way the laws are written, when the loans are actually paid out to the survivors, the money's actually paid out to the survivors, it's not taxable.
Correct.
Because it's written into the Internal Revenue
No,
Code
you
that
are
way.
going to be paying interest and so forth because it's a loan.
Right.
And it's going to come out of the back end of that policy.
Right.
But you're already dead, so screw it.
Right. But they're designed in such a way that there's still going to be a huge amount of money left. And if you actually look at your policy and you look at it maybe 20, 30 years down the road, you're going to see where there's the money that's listed on there is actually the amount of money that you're going to get after the death benefit.
It's wonderful. Now, who can actually benefit from the Kaizen? Is this something that anybody can do?
Anybody can do it as long as in California you have an income of about $250,000, $225,000, $250,000.
Okay. Now, in business talk, our demographic is ages about 35 to 65, an average net worth of about $250,000. They typically own a home, and they are college educated. That's the business talk audience, the demographic, okay, for the most part. Some of these people have a portfolio of exceeding $1 million, okay? Some of them make $250,000 a year. So the Kaizen may not be the best product for the everyday listener. However, the IUL is.
Right.
Okay. Can you explain to me the IUL?
Kaizen is an IUL.
It's just a little bit bigger version of it.
Right.
Correct.
Yes.
So talk to me about the everyday IUL for the average listener.
Okay. Most people put in somewhere between $300 and $400 a month. And you can put that in.
I'm putting, 65 in, 66 in for me, I think, and
like
75 in for the wife every month.
Yeah.
It's easy.
Yeah. It depends on how old you are. I got mine when I was 63, so I had to super fund it because I was going to be starting to take the retirement out at an earlier age than like you would. And so what
I
happened?
probably won't even make it to 63, but it's all right. I'm going out the Gandolfini way, all right? 51 years old in Hawaii, in Rome, Italy. I'm out of here. Boom.
But what it is like, typically people will put certain amount of money in every month, and then, but you can super fund it up to a certain amount for the first 5 years, which is what I did. And then I'm putting money in additionally for the next 12. And at that point, I have to start taking money out by the time I reach age 80. And if I want to do it, because that's just the way it's set up. But the really cool part of it is that you'll know exactly how much money you're going to be getting for the most part, even though it's you're going to get a pretty good idea because it's variable as to how much you're going to get, but you're never going to ever lose any money from it.
Yeah, I love the fact that it's indexed, meaning,
Yeah.
okay, the market takes a crap tomorrow. My money is exactly where it is, and I will still turn a positive return. What is it, 1/4% or 0.5% or something?
So, yes.
So even if the market took a crap, but average, what am I averaging? About 4 to 7%, something along those lines.
It depends. Last year, I got 12% return on mine.
I think I got 4%.
Well, it may have been because you didn't have as much.
I don't have very much in there.
Yeah. But yeah, because it depends on how you've got it structured in each one. So
At the end of the day, I'm only putting $65 in.
Right.
She's putting in $75 in, where I'm putting in both. And it's $100,000 a pop, and it will never be less than $100,000.
Right.
Meaning, once I've invested the money in, and they've invested, the company, insurance companies invested my money out. When it hits 125, I now have 125. When it hits 150, I now have 150. I will never spend less than, or spend more than the actual policy states,
Right.
which is wonderful.
and it continues to grow.
Correct.
So that
and then it compounds.
Right, it does. And it's just like with mine. I think my original one was $450, but after a certain number of years, it just goes. I mean, it has to have more cash, has to have more death benefit,
Correct.
or the same amount as cash value that
Correct.
you have. So you don't have to worry; it's just going to keep growing.
Correct.
And so if you start taking money out as a retirement plan, the money doesn't come out of your policy. It comes out of the insurance company's bank of money.
Correct.
So your money is still in there working for you.
It's just a loan out.
Yeah. So when you pass away, or if you need it for something else, like a medical issue or something, then what happens is that loan gets paid off that the insurance company's given you, and then the rest of the money goes to you.
To the beneficiary.
Right.
All right. So if you want to learn more, cherryframe.net, CHERRYFRAME.net, or give her a call, 916-899-1743. Again, 916-899-1743. We're going to go to a break. We're going to come back and learn more. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the most
Showcasing
amazing.
Coast to Coast. It's the Jon Robert Quinn Show.
Look at that. We had our first flub in like 3 years. That's awesome. Welcome back to the most amazing, most incredible show, the Jon Robert Quinn Show. Segment 2 is brought to you by Linda Grover. 530-388-8393. LindaGrover.org. Are you looking to buy or sell your next home? Give Linda a call. Again, 530-388-8393. 530-388-8393. Or LindaGrover.org. Let's get back into this. I love little flubs. I love the fact that the show is real. I love the fact that, we could have easily cut. All right, cut. Let's go back. No, just screw it. It is the way it is. You didn't like it. Don't listen. All right. So, Cherry Frame.
Yes.
How can people plan better for retirement?
Well, a lot of people have 401ks, IRAs, 457s, and others things. And there's really not anything wrong with that, especially if that's what you've got, that's what you've got. Mm-hmm. What I like to do is what we do is we kind of fill in the gap, because most people's 401ks or IRAs are going to end at some point because you just use it all up. Mm-hmm. The average time is somewhere in the 4 to 7 year range. Well, people are going to be living a lot longer than that in retirement. So then what are they left with? Well, what this does is this kind of supplements that, the retirement that they can get out of these, and it'll come in and it'll supplement it, and it'll go until death or to age 120. One company, I think yours goes to 131. So, I mean...
I don't think I'm going to live that long. No.
Yeah, well...
Not when I'm 35 years old and feel like I'm 60.
You got to stop eating the sugar.
Yeah, I know, right? Apple juice and then a Big Mac for lunch and then Taco Bell for dinner.
Yeah.
I know, but it's still, it's good.
But that's, the goal of these is to give you a retirement plan that's never going to run out. And even though, the inflation rate and stuff is going to eat away at some of it, it's there. And Social Security really only covers around 1/3 of what your income that you're going to need.
Yeah, if there's going to be Social Security in 30 years anyway.
Right.
I mean, is there going to be money?
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Exactly.
Trump may solve that problem. He may go, look, folks, everyone's been, they've been lying. It's been fake.
But, the point is that people need something other than their Social Security. They need something other than their 401k or their IRA, because that is designed to become empty at some point in the future. Mm-hmm. This will keep going, and it'll keep going, because once they start paying you, they have to keep paying you, even if nothing's left in your policy.
Correct.
They still have to pay you. So they've got all of that money already in store. It's not like your 401k or IRA or whatever. It's a finite amount of money. The insurance companies already have everything that they're going to have to pay you in store, and it's growing.
Okay, now, what do you have to say about all these people that are saying, these life insurance companies, it's all a scam. It's all a scam. And you hear it, I'm sure. Mm-hmm. What do you have to say to these guys? That they're knuckleheads?
Yes. The thing is that most people have never bothered to take a really good look at what the life insurance companies have. Mm-hmm. And I have to admit that I didn't. I had no clue about this, and I didn't think that any of this would really work until I started really looking into it, and I learned about it. And I thought, this is exactly what I needed. I didn't have a retirement plan. And my husband passed away 14 and a half years ago. And basically, I was left out of his pension. Right now, it's like $360 a month. Well, you're not going to live on that. And I was 55 when he passed away.
But you can get Starbucks every day.
I can get Starbucks every day, yes. So when I was presented, I worked. I have my nursing degree. And so I worked, and I found out about these things, and I thought, wow, that's pretty incredible. I could actually have an income for life out of this and not have to worry that I'm going to be, hoping that my kids will let me move in with them.
Correct.
Not that they wouldn't, but I mean, I don't want to have my kids being responsible for me.
Correct.
And so that's what I really liked about these life insurance policies, that you can actually, they were designed for the person who's insured to use, whether it's a health issue or it's a life issue. And to me, that was just exactly what I was looking for. And I didn't know it existed. And the person who was my financial planner before I found out about these knew they existed, but never told me about them, put me everything in the market. So when the market lost, I lost money. I couldn't afford to lose money.
Just remember that a broker is designed to do nothing more than to make you broker. I mean, right?
You said that, I didn't. It seems like that.
No, it's absolutely true. A stockbroker is making money off of your investment.
Right.
Whereas,
and I have no problem with people making money.
No, I don't have a problem with that either. Yeah. But they have their interests in mind, not your interests in mind.
It seems that way, yes.
Yes. Mm-hmm. What day and age are we living in?
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. An insurance broker is going to try to get you to sign up or buy more insurance, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, what I try to do,
when we're talking about car insurance or renter's insurance or some of these, when are you going to actually use all of that money?
Hopefully you don't have to.
Exactly.
With life insurance, it's designed for you to use.
You have to use it. Mm-hmm. You absolutely have. That's why I don't call you an insurance broker. You're not a broker. Mm-mm. No. What would you be considered as?
Just an agent, insurance. I'm independent. So I can actually sell any products that I want. There are about 4 that I stick with really closely. One of them is the company that you have. The other one is the company that I actually have. And I've been thrilled with them. They do a great job, and their responsibility is to make sure that I have that money when I need it.
Well, I'm going to be pissed, and I'm going to write a letter to the CEO if when I die, my beneficiary doesn't get paid.
Oh, they will.
I'm going to haunt that guy. I am going to...
When you die, you're going to write the letter.
You're just catching that.
Yeah. Well, you already have it ready so that when you die, it's automatically gets sent.
Is that
right?
what it is? Letters
Yes.
from home, right? How easy is it to actually build a nice, solid, strong retirement plan?
Well, it depends upon how much money that you feel that you can afford to put into something like this. I don't like... well, let me tell you what was done for me. I told the gentleman I wanted to put in, I believe it was up front, over 5 years. You have to do it over 5 years. I think it was around $85,000. And then I said I wanted to put $800 a month in. He said, no, I'm not going to let you put $800 a month in. I'm only going to let you put $700 a month in because I don't want you at some point in the future to not be able to put complete your obligation. So I said, okay, so what I like to do is I want to look at what the people's finances are. And I don't like to put people into something that they're not going to be able to, manage in the future. Sometimes things happen and you just have no control over it. But for the most part, what I like to do is make sure that that is going to be easily accessible for them to pay, in addition to the fact that they are still going to be able to take a vacation. They're still going to be able to go out to dinner and stuff like that. You don't want people to say, well, we can't go out to dinner because I have to make my payment on my
That's
life
just
insurance.
goofy. That's goofy.
Is, yeah.
I woke up this morning and went, oh, there's money missing. Oh, I paid my policy this morning. Sweet.
Yeah.
All right, folks. So, do you want to set up a retirement plan? My recommendation is get it done now. Don't wait. You don't want to wait until you're sick to get a life insurance policy. You need to start it now.
Right.
Okay? Just get it started. Cherryframe.net. CHERRYFRAME.net. 916-899-1743. 916-899-1743. We're going to go to a break. We're going to come back and speak to Spencer Schalsh, right?
Yes, sir.
Spencer Schalsh. And I say it that way because it's not spelled that way at all. It's spelled Schalk, but Schalsh. All right, we're going to go to a break. We'll be right back.
Showcasing business coast to coast. It's the Jon Robert Quinn Show.
Welcome back to the most amazing, most incredible show, the Jon Robert Quinn Show. Segment 3 is brought to you by Pest Control Center. Families and businesses in the Sacramento region depend on Pest Control Center to deliver industry-leading pest control and weed control solutions. They specialize in getting your pests and weeds gone guaranteed. Visit pestcontrolcenter.com or give them a call, 916-344-4400. Spencer Schalsh, how you doing, brother?
Doing fantastic. How about yourself?
Doing good. This is your very, very first time on the radio.
It is.
How does it feel?
A little nerve-wracking, but I think I'll get through it.
You're freaking out?
Nah, not really.
Okay.
I'll be all
Cameras in your face, and that's not freaking you out?
No.
Okay. Cool. All right. So, tell us a little bit about who are you?
Perfect. Well, thank you very much for having me on the show, first off. Very glad to be here. My name is Spencer Schalsh. I am a local real estate professional that specializes in the South Placer County marketplace. Pretty much from Granite Bay up to Lincoln, but in the past 12 months, I've sold properties from San Mateo to Lake Tahoe. So even though that the South Placer marketplace is where I specialize in, if you need me to be in the Bay Area or up in Tahoe, very familiar with those marketplaces as well. I was born in the Bay Area. That's why I have a hand and firm grasp on both marketplaces and really specifically cater to the Bay Area relocation buyers moving up this way. And, we'll get in that in a little bit. But grew up in Redwood City specifically, graduated Junipero-Serra College Prep in San Mateo. Then went to Sonoma State. Family relocated up this way. Wanted to escape the Bay Area rat race in 2003. And then bought my house, and I'm up in the Lincoln Crossing area of Lincoln. And we purchased there in 2012. Married to my beautiful wife, Elena. Have 2 sons.
She Russian?
Croatian.
Okay.
Yep.
I've got an Italian.
Fantastic. And then, my two sons, Cameron is going to be turning 3 here in August, and then little Carson is going to be 1 here on June 15th. So
that is so awesome, dude.
Yep, got the hands full at the house. I don't know my wife to stay at home, and I really don't know how she does it. She definitely has the harder job between the two of us, I'll tell you that.
You know what's so funny? I was in the mortgage business, and this guy was sitting down next to me, and we're listening to the calls, right? And we're running a 1003 because I used to be a loan officer.
Okay.
We're running a 1003, and he's talking to the wife, and says, "Okay, so what does your husband do? Oh, he works here. Okay, how long has he been doing that? Okay, how much does he make? Okay, great. And what do you do? Oh, stay at home. That's it."
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Wrong answer.
He didn't get the deal.
I would say
he
so.
He didn't get the deal.
I would say so.
I was like, oh, my gosh, dude. Have you ever raised kids? No, you haven't. Okay, wonderful.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
She got a pedicure on Sunday and left me alone with them it was about an hour and a half. And
it was it was the
brutal.
greatest pedicure she's ever had in her life.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure it was. I'm glad one of them went down for a nap halfway through. So.
Oh, my goodness. All right, so talk to me about your history in business and, of course, this Masters Club. What is the Masters Club?
Masters Club in Placer County is roughly top 10% of all agents. Well, I've actually been top 10% in both Sacramento and Placer counties for the past 3 years running. And Master Club, that's, I think last year the qualification was either 20 transaction ends total or 8 deals and $4.5 million in gross volume.
Okay.
So, I've been licensed for a little bit over 3 years, and I've never not made Masters Club. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, right away it was kind of ignorance on fire, I guess I like to put it, but the industry is changing.
Well, what's nice here's what I see immediately. You said that you've been doing this for about 3 years. What did you do before this? First of all,
had an internet marketing company. Real-time SEO.
There's your answer right there. Mm-hmm. So. You came in, you hit the ground running, you knew what it was going to take, you went out there and did it. You didn't make excuses for yourself. I talk to realtors every single day. Some of them tell me, I've got one realtor, we had to cancel their sponsor spot because he couldn't afford to renew because he hadn't sold any homes yet this year, and that was in April.
Yeah,
and I'm thinking to myself like, dude, what are you doing, bro?
I talk to realtors that still have not recovered from the 2008-2009 recession, which is...
They're making excuses for themselves.
I fully agree with you.
It's not that tough of a business. Yes, it's a tough business. It's a tough gig. I can tell you right now, I don't eat, I don't live my lifestyle, I don't do nothing unless we sell ad space, and that means I got to make 200 cold calls a day. That's what I have to do.
Yep.
But I'm not complaining about it. I get it done.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And, I think the day of the part-time agent, because everybody has an aunt or a cousin or a friend who is a real estate agent. That's what I see really shifting right now is the customers out there want to be sure that they're working with a professional. Correct. And just because Aunt Susie sold 2 homes last year, that's probably not the best person to be handling the most important financial decision, in your life. And especially with all the, different TV shows that have come out, the $1 million listing, et cetera, et cetera. Even these first-time home buyers, but they wonder, why do I have to work with Aunt Susie? Why can't I work with, the Schalsh Altman or these $1 million producers? And, what we're finding now, I think, is that, especially my generation, is that they trust online reviews more than they do referrals from family members, this and that. And they can actually see, for instance, I think I have 25 5-star reviews on Zillow right now of, and a 5-star agent. Nobody's ever rated me less than 5 stars. And that has definitely helped me win deals over even, with clients that have family members that are realtors because they know that they want to work with, somebody's going to get the job done for them.
Correct. And you want to work with somebody who understands the market, understands what's happening, understands what conditions mean, understanding what a proper offer is, how to properly price a home. There's things that you just don't know. How do you properly price a home? Well, yeah, you can run comps all day long, but that is running comps. That is not properly pricing that home. You have to price the home to sell, and you have to price the home to not only sell, but sell with offers exceeding your sale price. So you want to get the seller more money, but then you also want the buyer to be getting a good deal. So how do you make all of those things happen?
That's a great point. And in fact, when a lot of my buyers too, I have a house to sell for them, and they're moving up into a bigger house. So there's a lot of moving pieces in a transaction like that, and that's why you hire a professional. I view every real estate transaction as a minefield, and that's why you hire the professionals, just to navigate that minefield to be sure that the sale of your home or the purchase of your dream home doesn't blow up in your face.
Correct.
And that's exactly right. You hit it on the head, especially when you're working with a buyer or a seller and a buyer. What you need to do is you need to almost treat it as two separate transactions. You want to be sure that you maximize the amount of value that they're going to get out of the sale of their home, and also try and negotiate down on the purchase. Been very successful. Been able to do so.
I couldn't do what you do. I couldn't do it. Honestly, I think the transaction takes way too long. I'm a car sales veteran. I sold cars for a long time. I did mortgages. I hated mortgages. I was so good at my job in mortgages. You see trophies all over my house of all my sales achievements. But I thought the transaction just took too darn long. It just took too long.
It absolutely can, and especially if you're working with the buyer that's looking for something specific, we might be looking for 6 months before we even make an offer.
Too many moving parts for me. When I did a car sale, it was just, for me, it was like, you're not ready to make a deal. All right, good, cool.
It's the thing. It's my passion. My family was in the real estate industry forever. It took me a little while to get started. You always want to go against what the family's doing, but I should have been doing this since I was 18 years old. Mom was an escrow officer. I've been family. We invest heavily into multifamily real estate space up this way. I think we have 29 doors on the last count, and I've been walking apartment buildings, since I've been 5 years old with my grandfather down in the Bay Area.
It's funny you say that. I've been in recording equipment since I was 5. I was playing with reel-to-reels and crossovers and all this different stuff. Pro audio equipment. That's all I know is equipment.
Yeah, I've been selling since I was about 2.
That's so funny how, as a child, we just end up morphing into what we were when we were kids.
I've been selling my mom on letting me have a chocolate chip cookie after bedtime since I was about 3. So yeah, it's in my blood.
That's so funny. Now, you're working in the Bay Area markets, you're working in the Sacramento markets. How do the two of those coming together?
Well, we have a mass exodus coming up here from the Bay Area. So specifically, I'm from the peninsula, basically from South San Francisco all the way down to Sunnyvale. Very familiar with that marketplace. You go over in the East Bay, I probably wouldn't be the best one to sell your house down there, but on the peninsula. And what there's two type of buyers that are moving up this way. It's either somebody that has been renting, a 2-bedroom, 1-bath apartment for 5-6 years. Now they have 1 or 2 kids. Space is getting a little bit tight. They look around. There's one house in Mountain View that badly fire damaged. I forget the exact address.
Yep.
They put it on the market for 1.3,
Yep.
and it sold for 1.65.
Yeah,
it was a 3-bedroom, 2-bath.
I was ready to say 1.7. Yep.
It's 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,200 square foot house with bad fire damage.
I saw it,
and it's just amazing. So when you use that, we know we can get up here for 1.6.
Yeah, you can get
give me a break.
Beautiful, fulsome home. About 4,000 square feet, maybe bigger. Some of these homes are 3 stories.
Oh, yeah.
With the view of the lake.
Yeah. That, and what we're encountering is people that have been renting, apartments down there, or they've lived down there their whole life. They're getting ready to retire, and they paid next to nothing for their house. They've been in it for 30 years.
Sell it. They've got equity. They move up here,
pay cash.
I see these blue hairs driving around with their Bentleys, and I chuckle to myself that this guy's living in a beautiful lake property or on the golf course. He's got his Bentley, and he ended up selling his dilapidated-ish home out in South San Francisco.
Yep. And I'll tell you, it's peak of unaffordability down there. Plus, there's just one word that comes to mind when I deal with the Bay Area. It's frustration. I still have a lot of family members that go down there and visit, and there's nothing left for me down there. I'm very glad that my family made the move up here to Placer County.
We love going to San Francisco. My wife and I, we go probably 2-3 times a month. And we go to eat because Sacramento still doesn't know what food is. Okay, they'll figure it out. It'll take some time, but they don't know what food is. Anyway, we go down to the city. It's a disgusting city. It really is. It's beautiful to look at from afar, but once you don't even want to walk on the sidewalks. Yep. Okay, you come into Sacramento, you cross over the Tower Bridge, you come into the Capitol Park. Remember, because we live literally across from the Capitol. And you could almost eat your dinner off of the street. Yep. It's so clean. Yep. My wife's like, bum probably peed there. You seen the sidewalks in San Francisco? I would gladly eat off of the street here in Sacramento. It's
100%.
wonderful. All right, so Spencer Schalsh, 916-330-4772. 916-330-4772. MrPlacer.com. MrPlacer.com. We're going to go to a break. We're going to come back and wrap up. We'll be right back.
Showcasing business coast to coast. It's the Jon Robert Quinn Show.
Welcome back to the most amazing, most incredible show, the Jon Robert Quinn Show. Segment 4 is brought to you by Cherry Frame, and she's here. 916-899-1743. Do you have peace of mind when it comes to your retirement? If not, you need to have that serious heart-to-heart with Cherry. Learn more at cherryframe.net. And as Cherry would say, call me right now, 916-899-1743. 899-1743. Do it.
You're funny.
Do it.
899-1743.
That's awesome. It's so awesome. You know, it's funny. I consider you like a close friend at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, it really has come to that, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just call you. I'm like, hey, I haven't heard from Cherry in a while. Hey, Cherry, how you doing? It's so funny because you're like, what do you need, Quinn? Nothing. Just calling to say hi. Well, hi. That's awesome. Awesome. All right. So, Mr. Spencer Schalsh.
Yes, sir.
Got it right?
Yep.
Okay. I have a client. His name is
You're nailing it. Nobody ever gets my name right. So.
Telayuev. See, I'm messing it up now. Telayuev. Nope, Telayuev. That's right. And he it's funny. Yeah. He calls me Jon Robert Queen. All right. So, talk to me about multifamily properties and how they help future investors.
Absolutely. If you don't mind, I'd like to circle back on the Bay Area buyers coming up this way, because one thing I failed to hit on was, I mean, it's peak on affordability down there. You can get a fantastic home up this way between $500,000 and $600,000 that has everything. I mean, 10 times that you would ever get in the Bay Area. Correct. And a lot of people are being able to telecommute, down to the Bay Area these days. Even firefighters. I've sold homes up here that are a member of San Francisco Fire Department because they're 2 days on and 3 days off, or whatever schedule that they have. Yeah. So it's working out for a lot of people with the mass exodus coming up from the Bay Area, and I wanted to make a segue into that because I work with a lot of investors down in the Bay Area as well. Sold a sixplex down in San Mateo recently, so think about that. 6 units went for $3.1 million. And then we exchanged that up here and got, I think it was 24 units. And we sold that at a 4.2 cap rate down there. And after he, kicked up rents a notch, I think we're at a 7.5 cap rate that he got, off the two different complexes that we exchanged him into. And the difference about being in the Bay Area, investing down there up here, is there's no way with a 25% down payment that you're going to be cash flow positive in the Bay Area marketplace. Up here all day long. I have clients that, funny enough, I have one client, he actually still lives at home with his parents down in the Bay Area and owns a fourplex up here in Roseville.
I hear about this all the time, actually. I hear about this all the time.
It was a smart move. He was trying to, he wanted me to help him find a house down in the Daly City area. And I said, you're going to spend $850,000 for, a crap box. That's a technical term, by the way. Or you can put that money to work for you up here. And he chose the latter. And, from that one transaction, he's actually referred me 4 or 5 different colleagues that he has that he works with down there. And I've gotten them all investment properties up this way. It just makes sense.
Correct.
So what's great about multifamily properties to me, that's my retirement plan, is just creating a passive income for yourself that's gonna mailbox money.
Yep.
I also say try and have your properties managed if you can, because being an investor is awesome. Being a landlord sucks. You don't want to go beating down on people's doors if they're late, or a water heater goes out at 11 p.m.
It's not even that. I'm sitting here complaining. I'm checking my accounts, and I'm going up. I got to get rid of 2 more clients because they didn't pay their bill.
Yep.
It's the same story.
Yep.
It really is the same story, except it's easier for me to dump them here. I'd have to go through the courts to dump them if there was a front door involved.
Yeah, and with multifamily properties, what we're positioned very well with I keep on going back to the Bay Area, but with our proximity to the Bay Area, with the amount of rent increases that we're getting up here in the Sacramento marketplace, in fact, percentage-wise, last year in 2017, we were the highest gaining rent marketplace in the nation. This year, because of the hurricanes in Florida, I think there was one city that overtook us percentage-wise there, just because everything blew up. Yeah. So I think it was 8.7% rent increase year over year. So we're positioned fantastically. Some of these apartment complexes, what happens is we find these owners have had these places for their whole life, and they fell in love with the tenants and really haven't upped the rent to be current with today's marketplace. So you have some of these 2-bedroom, 1-bath units that are being rented out for $950 a month still. That marketplace is, $1,350, $1,400 a month. Right. So you can step in and, have the ability to bump rents right away, which just makes sense, if you're investing in multifamily
you're getting
space.
rid of the crappy tenants, and you're bringing in better tenants. You bring in better tenants, it cleans up the property all by itself. Essentially, nice fresh coat of paint, clean up the property, do something with the pool, do some landscaping. Now you're going to attract better people into that property. Get rid of the old junk tenants. You bring in better tenants, and you have redevelopment.
Yep, absolutely. And I would say about 50% of my business is multifamily real estate, 50% single family homes. I'm not going to pass up business, obviously, but multifamily, the multifamily space is different. It's just numbers. Instead of falling in love with finishes and countertops like you will in single family, if the building makes sense numbers wise, it makes sense. And that's really where my passion is at. Once again, I've been walking apartment buildings with my grandfather since I was 5 years old. So
what's going on with the market right now here in Sacramento?
I get that question all the time, and I will throw it back and say, are you planning on buying, selling, or investing? Because they're 3 different answers.
Correct.
If you're purchasing, what we're finding right now, well, just marketplace as a whole, seller's market, I think everybody kind of understands that. And inventory's tight. With that being said, we have interest rates also, going up, which has an effect on property values. But as far as inventory right now, what we're seeing is if you have a house valued above $700,000, there's actually more buyers in the marketplace right now, that are more homes available. There's more inventory than there is buyers for the homes above 700. Anything below 5 is pretty much flying off the shelves because, once again, we have these first-time home buyers moving up from the Bay Area. Anything north of 7 is going to sit on the market a little while. If you're looking in the multifamily space right now, if the property's priced right, and usually priced around a 5.5 cap right now, they're flying off the shelves. So
correct. Yeah, there you go. Well, easy enough. What advice do you have, real quick? I've got about 1 minute before we have to go to our close. But what advice do you have for somebody who's still kind of on the fence about buying?
A picket fence is not a comfortable place to be sitting on, would be my response. The interest rates are climbing and property values are still going up. Unfortunately, my crystal ball is not working so great today, but we're going to see steady appreciation over the next 12 months. So what are you going to do? You're going to, piss away another 12 months in rent, or are you actually going to get into a space and build some equity in yourself?
Correct.
And in the property? So
and I think the best close here with this is, if you own real estate, you have a net worth of about $200,000 on a national average. If you rent, you have a net worth of about $5,000 on a national average. What would you rather have? Yep. What do you want to leave to your family? Okay, simple as that. All right, Spencer Schalsh. 916-330-4772, 916-330-4772, MrPlacer.com. Again, MrPlacer.com. All right, real estate investors, property managers, flippers, people who want to get involved in real estate. Do you want to become better? Visit CashCowSystems.org. It's a training platform. Wonderful, wonderful setup. 40 years in the making, 40 years of experience on just how to become a better real estate property manager, flipper, what to look out for, what to paint, what not to paint, how to do, what not to do. If you want to remodel a home, or if you want to just take that home and make a little bit more money with it, what do you do? Where do you start? Do you tear the whole thing down? If you tear the whole thing down, guess what? You've got to start all over, all new permits. However, if you leave one wall, now it's a remodel. Things that you have to understand. So, CashCowSystems.org. And again, thank you so much, Spencer.
Thank you
so much, Cherry. Again, Cherry Frame, 916-899-1743. Have a wonderful night. See you tomorrow.